What do we do with these?
I've got mine too. Te tiro. We'll have a practice run.
Oh, yes, thank goodness.
Kia ora koutou katoa. Ni hao, talo whalawa, ma loelelei, konnichiwa. No mai haere mai koutou to distinguished guests, friends, whānau, and graduands. Welcome to Massey University graduation. For those of you graduating today, well done. You've made it ka rawe. For those supporting our graduates, you've made it also. Found your car park, found your seat. Nice work.
What's he looking at?
Your personal journey to graduation has taken time, dedication, and determination, all of which you have applied throughout your time at Massey. It is something you should be very proud of. A qualification from Massey University is recognised and respected all over the world. But don't just take it from me. Esteemed guests, let me introduce you to Jeremy Corbett.
Well, thanks for having me. Massey's community of graduates, or alumni, as I like to say because I'm Latin, extends to more than 154,000 past students in over 150 countries. Our alumni office will keep you connected with the university after you graduate. They've got news, updates, professional development opportunities and exclusive invitations to networking functions. Visit alumnionline.massey.ac.nz to register. Don't be a stranger.
Sweet. Now some of you might have been here before, so you know what to expect. But for the rest of you, pay close attention and we'll run you through what you need to know. Now for some housekeeping before we start. Please ensure all mobile phones are on silent and your camera flash is turned off for the duration of the ceremony. You don't want to be that person.
My bad. Sorry.
Our team are on hand if you need help at any point during today's ceremony. Wharepaku or toilets are located in the venue's foyer. Head to the closest store and the ushers can direct you. You'll find water, first aid kits and spare masks in the foyer.
In the event of an emergency, please keep calm. Follow the calm directions of the venue and the calm Massey staff and make your calm way towards the exit. Calmly.
Be mindful of those around you, and if you need assistance, our team are there to help. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, we can get into the ceremony formalities. You'll be asked to stand while the official and academic processions enter the room and head to their seats on the stage. I'll take you through that setup later. But first, let's make sure you're dressed correctly and ready to go. If you're receiving a diploma or certificate, you'll be wearing a gown with a stole that sits straight down the front of your gown with the university coat of arms facing out. If you're receiving your postgraduate certificate or diploma, you will have a stole, gown, and are entitled to wear a trencher in recognition of your prior qualification. Bachelors and masters, you will also have a gown, but with a coloured hood and a trencher. Yes, that pōtai you are holding, it's called a trencher. But don't put it on your head yet. You put that on when you graduate. Remember, you're still a graduand. Your hood goes over your shoulders with the coloured satin against your back. If you're holding a bonnet like I am, you'll be receiving a doctorate, and this isn't your first rodeo. Your hood is all satin with red on the outside and blue on the inside. The red should be facing straight down the front of your gown. We welcome all cultural garments to be worn with pride across the stage. Those with korowai and Pacific cloaks. These are worn over your gown with the hood draped over top. Whakarongo mai, listen up. This is very important photo information. Your hood should be up on your shoulders when crossing the stage and not sliding down around your arms.
Don't worry, we have ushers who will ensure your regalia is sitting correctly and you're looking fabulous just before you cross the stage. And if you realise there's something missing from your regalia set, please let one of the Massey staff know as soon as you can. It's okay, there's still time. Calm.
Let's have a meet your neighbour moment. Turn to your left or right and say hi to your neighbour. Check they've got all their regalia on correctly. Now that we know you look the part, let's talk about the stage. The first two rows are the people running the show. That's the Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Deputy Vice-Chancellors and the senior leadership team, followed by our council members and college academics who will be calling your names. The rows behind are filled with the people who helped get you here, your lecturers, tutors and supervisors. Our venues are also equipped with hearing loops. Okay, it's time to walk the walk. When it's your turn to cross the stage, your full name will be called. It's really important you're in the right seat. The seat number on your ticket and your seat allocation is the order in which you'll be called to cross the stage. Now's your chance to check you're in the right seat. Once you know you're in the right seat, let's get ready for your call. Bachelors and Masters, hold your trencher in your left hand and not your right. You'll need that one to shake the Chancellor's hand later. When your name is called, leave everything else on your seats. Unless you're getting your PhD, in which case you'll be joining the academics on the stage. Walk, don't run, towards the Chancellor who is poised to shake your hand. The Chancellor has to shake a lot of hands today, so take it easy on them. If you don't wish to shake hands, please walk towards the Chancellor with your right hand on your left shoulder. When you reach the Chancellor, they'll doff you with a special doffing cap. Smile! Your official photograph will be taken. Take your time crossing the stage. This is a happy moment, your happy moment. All those late nights, stress deadlines, group assignments, they're all behind you. You can now put your trencher on. You are no longer a graduate. Nope. You have officially graduated.
Oh my gosh. I'm so proud.
Before you leave the stage, you'll be handed your qualification, your tohu. Embrace your well-deserved cheering and applause. Then head back to your seat to return the favour for your friends. Last but not least, to your friends, whānau, ainga and family who have supported you through this journey. It's your moment too. When your graduate crosses the stage, stand up, cheer and applaud. We encourage you to waiata, haka, bese and honour your graduate. Let's all celebrate together. Make some noise. Once again, congratulations. Today is a celebration of your academic success. We hope today you feel an enormous sense of pride and satisfaction in what you've achieved, and excitement for your future aspirations.
E tū ki tō kei o te waka, kia pākia koe e ngā ngaru o te wā. Stand at the stern of the waka and feel the spray of the future biting at your face.
wakawa o te unga ma te kuangaro i te poe. Ko tēnei te mātauranga, tērā te matapi o te rangi e. Waka eke mai rā ngā kākau o ngā wānau, waka eke mai rā ngā paritu mātauranga, waka ewa o te rangi kōrero e. Haere mai rā. Haere mai rā ki te kūnenga ki pūre uroa tēnei e wakatau atu nei e. E tūrā te pauare, e manaki nei i te puawaitanga o tō tātou tikanga e.
A tēnā koutou katoa. He mihi tino mahana. Warm greetings to you all gathered here today. I declare this congregation to be in session. Please remain standing as we begin our proceedings with the University Waiata. Please be seated. A tēnā koutou katoa. Namahi ki a rātou kua naro i te tirohanga kanohi haere, koutou haere, whakaote atu ki te pō. A ki a tātou te kānui ora e huhi nei i te raro o te maru o Ruahine me Tararua pai mauna. A tēnā koutou e te iwi o rangatāne ki Manawatū, e pupuri nei i te Māori o tēnei whenua. Nō reira tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou, a tēnā huihui mai tātou katoa. Vice-Chancellor, members of the Massey University Council, the University Community, the Manawatū Campus Graduation Committee, distinguished guests, graduates and families. My name is Michael Ahi, and I am the Chancellor of Te Kuninga ki Purihuroa Massey University Council. I chair the group responsible for overseeing the university's governance and have the great pleasure in presiding over graduation ceremonies and conferring qualifications to our successful students. I want to begin by extending my thanks to everyone involved in putting this ceremony together. It feels even more important to be together today when we reflect on the past 2 years, when that was not always possible. It is my great privilege to be with you and to warmly welcome you to this, the 9th of 10 ceremonies here in Palmerston North. One of the most important ways we can contribute to achieve our commitment as a university to make a difference is through our tauira, our students. And by supporting their ambitions, we help to play a role in helping you, our students, to set a course for a strong and influential future and to build and help build a better future for New Zealand and indeed the world. And this week, Massey University will be awarding a total of 1,734 qualifications to our graduates and graduates. That is a lot of handshakes, so please gentle on the handshakes today. And at this ceremony, which includes the College of Creative Arts and College of Humanities and Social Sciences, a total of 86 graduates who have already had their qualifications conferred will cross the stage, and a further 84 in absentia. Today is a celebration of academic success. And while it is about you, our students, it is also about your friends and family who have helped carry you through this time of your life with their support and their encouragement and perhaps some welcome distraction along the way. So to those of you in the audience here to acknowledge the success of your loved one, I urge you, don't hold back in your applause and acknowledgement when they take to the stage. And to those of you preparing to accept your parchment, I encourage you to reflect on the magnitude of this moment. This achievement comes from your sacrifices and hardships, your triumphs and your successes, with all of these experiences shaping who you are. As Chancellor, I welcome you to our Massey alumni family and hope through the many connections it offers, your careers will be supported and your lives will be enhanced. Congratulations once more on achieving your qualifications, and I know, and you should know, that today, as you cross the stage, it symbolises not an end, but a beginning to the future of your choosing. Kia kaha, kia toa, kia rite. Be strong, be brave, be ready. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, a tēnā tātou katoa. By the authority of the Council of Massey University, I, Michael Ahi, Chancellor, will now present the certificates, diplomas and degrees on those to be presented and on those in absentia. Dr. Will Halvard, Senior Lecturer from the Centre for Defence and Security Studies, and Dr. April Bennett, Lecturer for Māori Environmental and Resource Planning, will call the names of graduates and recipients of certificates and diplomas in the College of Creative Arts and College of Humanities and Social Sciences. Professor Cynthia White, Pro Vice-Chancellor, College of Humanities and Social Sciences, will hand out the programs.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Diploma in Design the candidate I am about to name, Briar Joanna Clifford. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Commercial Music the graduate I'm about to name, Jake Samuel Richter. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Certificate in Arts the candidate I'm about to name, Joaquim Massey Piri. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Arts the graduates I'm about to name, Alice Helen Anderson. Shania Anne-Marie Bennett. Melanie Jane Best. Scotia Elizabeth Blair. Renee Courtney Grace Bradley. Michaela Joy Brown. Maria Jacqueline Bush. Angus Joseph Byers. Emma Grace Collins. Hannah Nolene Cornwall. Monique Celine Corson. Maggie June Wards Curran. Zachary Vincent Glenn. Daly Jordan Hardcastle. Mackenzie Marie Heaton. Cameron Headley. Gideon Milner Hewitt. Isaac Francis Hook. Roxanne Marie Jeffrey. Isaiah Casey Jones. Jessica Grace Lansley. Catherine Ann Joy Large. Grace Caitlin Lutz. Olivia Jane Mayo. Grace Phyllis McGee. Liam John McLevy. Maylee Elise Meehan. Samantha Jane Owen. Kate Eva Ramsey. Anya Melina Rivera, Massey Scholar. Rihanna Simone Roberts. Sophie Christie Roseman. Ramudi Chitara Samara Kasira. Rowena Amy Scott. Brianna Elizabeth Searle. Michael Allen Spicer. Kerry. Thank you. Kerry Jennifer Stone. Alexander Thack. Taivi Gwendolyn Tuimana. Phoebe Victoria Stanzi Turner. Liam Mark Kilpatrick Watson. Grace Haley Eubank Wedlock. Gail Yvonne White. Hannah Judith Rose Wigmore. Lynn Marie Wigram. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Communication the graduates I am about to name. Hayley Catherine Hook. Thank you, Chancellor.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Resource and Environmental Planning the graduates I am about to name. Zachary Patrick Murabi Burns. Sarah Louise Capilittle, First Class Honours. Elsie Faye Flynn Fleming. William Gore Foster. Cameron James Harridge. Jana Sarah Isles. Lucy Jane Rogers Knowles, First Class Honours. Caitlin Taylor Mosley. Lucy Maria Dawn Sanson, First Class Honours. Kirby Rose Scammell. Matthew George Stark. Thank you, Chancellor.
Kia ora mai tātou. Thank you, everybody. I now have the great honour to have Professor Richard Shaw to proceed us through the conferment of the degree of Doctor of Literature, honoris causa. Professor Richard Shaw will read the citation for this award.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, guests, friends and family, notably Isaac, it is my very great pleasure to present to you for the award of Doctor of Literature honoris causa the Honourable Steve Mahari, CNZM. Honorary doctorates are rare and prestigious things. They're not handed out for mere passes, for just getting over the line. To receive one, you must be a person of exceptional merit. So let me tell you a story of the exceptional merit of the Honourable Steve Mahari. It's a tale of 3 parts. It begins and ends here, at Te Kuninga ki Purehurua, Massey University. The middle bit takes us away from the Manawatū, down through the Ngauranga Gorge, to the heart of our democracy, to Parliament and to the Beehive. The first chapter is one that some of you may not know too much about. It's the mid-1970s, and a young Steve Mahari has just been engaged as a junior lecturer in the newly formed College of Business at Massey, where, amongst other things, he teaches up to 13 tutorials a week, which, as those on the stage will know, is a lot of teaching. On completion of his MA Sociology, which he completes with first-class honours, he is appointed by Emeritus Professor Graham Fraser to a position as a senior lecturer in the Department of Sociology. To give you some sense of the significance of the work to which Steve Mahari then contributes, let me read from a message that distinguished Professor Emeritus Paul Spoonley sent me. Steve joined a department and a discipline that was dominated by the Northern Hemisphere in people, in concepts, in texts. He was keen to change this. The sociology he sought to develop was one that spoke to New Zealanders, which engaged them by taking their lives and their country as the focus of what they would encounter in a classroom. There was no shortage of material: the belligerent nationalism of Robert Muldoon, the divisions amongst the country wrought by the 1981 Springbok tour, the Māori Renaissance and Tino Rangatiratanga. Steve was at the forefront of making sense of all of this and was critical in developing a very different form of sociology, one grounded in this place. It's a given these days that our students will be exposed to knowledge that speaks to conditions both abroad and here at home. Finding the former is easy. But in the 1970s and the 1980s, in many instances, the latter had to be called into existence. Very few of us can lay claim to having been at the centre of an intellectual and empirical project that creates a body of knowledge rooted here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Mr. Mahari is one of those who can. The second chapter of this story is the one that you are most likely to be familiar with. Mr. Mahari has a long, distinguished and influential record as a servant of the New Zealand public. He was first elected to public office as a member of the Palmerston North City Council, and he then served 6 terms as a Labour Member of Parliament for Palmerston North. I'd like to recount a little anecdote from his valedictory statement to Parliament that I find telling for the general disposition that people in this country have towards both politics and politicians. In it, Mr. Mahari remembers going, as the Minister of Education, to a Mission On launch with Tana Umanga. Kids had lined up, hundreds of them, to welcome Tana into the school. I tagged alongside him saying hi to the kids. One of the boys finished with Tana and he turned to me and he said, "Who are you?" I was about to say, "Well, you know, I'm the Minister of Education," when he asked, "Are you Tana's hairdresser?" So I paused for a moment and I thought, what's the best option? I said, "I'm the hairdresser." As it happens, politicians are a little bit like hairdressers. What they can do can make a real difference to your day or to your life. Mr. Mahari sat in the engine room of Cabinet across the 8 years of the 3 Clark-led administrations. During his ministerial career, he was the responsible minister in 11 portfolios and the associate or acting minister in others, several of which, including education, housing and social development and employment, were right at the core of the Clark government's policy agenda. On his watch, a great many things happened which have made a constructive difference to people's lives. They include the introduction of 20 hours of free early childhood education, the establishment of a national curriculum, the creation of centres of research excellence in the tertiary sector. Working for families is probably his proudest achievement. You may not agree with all of this, you may not agree with any of it, but it was consequential. and it was motivated by a desire to allow us to find the best of ourselves and to take that out into our communities, into our nation, into the wider world. In his valedictory statement, Mr. Mahari also had this to say: "I am a state house boy, yet here I am saying farewell after 18 years in New Zealand's Parliament. That I am able to tell that story says a great deal about what is good about this nation. Fairness and equal opportunity have long been part of the New Zealand political tradition, and it has led to governments putting in place institutions that make a practical difference to people like me. Massey University is one of those institutions, and his return here as Vice-Chancellor in 2008 comprises the third and final chapter in the story of exceptional merit." Professor Emeritus Graham Fraser has observed that Mr. Mahari arrived back at Massey at a particularly challenging time. The global financial crisis was starting to bite, and Mr. Mahari's intimate knowledge of the political and policy-making environments stood the university in good stead, both then and throughout his tenure. One of the signal achievements of his leadership was the articulation of a distinctive identity for each of Massey's physical campuses and for the university as a whole. Distinguishing yourself from 7 other universities in a small country is no easy thing to achieve, but by drawing on Massey's past history of innovation in distance education, for instance, and in the contributions of Redette, Perrin and others to the primary production sector, Mr. Mahari articulated a strategic narrative about Massey's contribution to the shaping of the new New Zealand. There are, of course, other chapters to this story, including the one about Mr. Mahari's career since stepping down as VC in 2016. That one includes serving at various times as chair of the boards of Pharmac, ACC, UCOL and Education New Zealand, as a member of the Wellington Economic Development Agency and the Venture Taranaki Trust Board, as Deputy Chair of the Asia New Zealand Foundation, and as the New Zealand Government representative on the Council of the University of the South Pacific. But you reach a point in every story when it's time to say, one more page, and then the lights go out. So just one more page. Steve Mahari left Freiburg High School at 15 with school cert. Tonight he receives an honorary doctorate. There are threads connecting the boy of 15 with the man receiving the doctorate. The first is the commitment to fairness and social justice that runs right through his working life. The second is an ethic of service. His has been a working life of exceptional service, and at the heart of all of it has been this region, this town, this university. Massey is the institutional whenua on which he stands. He's deeply in and of this place. To paraphrase something Paul Spoonley has said, Steve is one of us. Finally, there is in Mr. Mahari's career something of the profound importance of the public domain and of making the most of the opportunities it can provide. To the best of my knowledge, no other Vice-Chancellor of a New Zealand university has ever taken up post coming directly from ministerial office. Chancellor, Mr. Mahari has scaled the heights of both academia and politics. He has played a unique and consequential role in the history of Te Kuninga ki Pūrehiroa and of this country. He has comfortably surpassed the test of exceptional merit, and it is entirely fitting that this university confers upon him the degree of Doctor of Literature honoris causa. Chancellor, I have the honour to present the Honourable Steve Mahari for graduation in the degree of Doctor of Literature honoris causa of this university.
Thank you, and thank you, Richard, for that wonderful reading of the citation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my great pleasure to invite Dr. Mahari to address the graduates.
Tēnā koutou, kia hui mai nei, e tēnā wā. O te rā, kia tātou tēnā te mihi ake, ki te kaupapa tangata, ai pēhere nei, i a tātou katoa. Tēnā rā koutou, kia ora mai tātou. Chancellor Michael Ahi, the Council of Massey University, Vice-Chancellor Jan Thomas and the Senior Leadership Team, the staff of Humanities, Creative Arts and Social Sciences. In particular, can I mention Cynthia White and Paul Spoonley, and anyone else who's responsible for me being here today. Can I mention the members of my family who are able to be here today? Betty, Josh, Kylie, Felicity, Isaac, Wendy, thank you for always being there. To friends and colleagues, thank you for your ongoing inspiration and reason for doing things. Professor Richard Shaw, thank you very much for your kind words, some of which I'm going to take a slightly different angle on the way through. I just want to mention a colleague and I guess I would want to say friend when you work with someone for 8 years, and that is Stuart Morris, who yesterday I understand was in a special ceremony given a Massey Medal, which is a recognition of someone who really is, as Paul Spoonley has pointed out, at the heart of this institution. Unfortunately, Stuart died 2 years ago. A special shout out to Dr. Edward Barnard, who is going to receive his doctorate here today. Edward, fantastic achievement, and your family is here with us as well. I completed my bachelor's degree in psychology and sociology and a master's degree in sociology at Massey in the 1970s. That was a period of massive social and economic change. The country felt like a sociological incubator. I was privileged to learn alongside some outstanding students and be taught by some of the best teachers, including a person by the name of Professor Graham Fraser, who is here today. As Richard said, I left school when I was 15. I gained my UE some years later through night school. I went on to university with a fair amount of trepidation. This was the early 70s, when it was relatively unusual still for a working class boy to go off to university. I felt frankly out of place. You may yourselves, as graduates today, have felt that for some reason during your studies. Professor Fraser was not only an inspiring teacher, he took time to tell me that I could succeed at university and that I belonged there. He changed my life. I hope that as you as graduates have the experience of someone you respect encouraging you. And I urge you to make sure that you tell them how important they are in your life. I want to acknowledge you as graduates. Completing your studies, has been said, has required a lot from you, but the pandemic that has dominated our lives, of course, over recent years has made sure that you've faced more challenges than most, studying at home, learning how to use Zoom, mastering that fesky mute button, remembering to put trousers on. So a special congratulations to you for your perseverance and to the staff who have persevered alongside you. Now, I say this knowing that I haven't made the same sacrifices to be here today as you. After I gained my bachelor's degree, I became a junior lecturer, as Richard has mentioned, in business studies, and I completed my master's degree at the same time, and then moved on to the newly minted Department of Sociology. It was a fantastic time to teach sociology. It was the 1970s, and if the 1970s was an incubator of change, the 80s was the delivery suite. The 1981 Springbok tour set the scene for an upheaval of culture and politics in New Zealand. I spent a good deal of my time involved in protests and discussing with colleagues what this all meant. The New Zealand Cultural Studies Working Group, the journal Sites, the Critical Issues in New Zealand Society series of books that Paul Spoonley and I worked together on, establishing the first courses in media studies at university level. These were all wonderful projects that came from connecting with the society that we were in. In 1984, the fourth Labour government, led by the larger-than-life David Lange, swept into power and transformed New Zealand. At the heart of that transformation was the policy platform of economic deregulation, labelled Rogernomics, after the Finance Minister Roger Douglas. I started to plan a PhD exploring the discourse of Rogernomics. Two things halted my studies. The first was that I had a very bad habit of not backing up my files. And the second was that I got so absorbed with politics, I decided to get elected, first as a city councillor and then as a member of parliament. So I left Massey in 1990, but I have to say that Massey never left me. There's a saying at Massey which is that Massey is in my blood, and that certainly suits me. As the city's Member of Parliament during the 1990s and 2000s, I used to slip past the campus late at night on my way home from somewhere in the country. The campus was quiet, the lights were shining, and I had a sense that this was my place. I identified strongly with what I believed Massey stood for. It began as an agricultural college across the river from a small town called Palmerston North. It attracted very talented people who worked hard to transform what was then and still is the centrepiece of our economy, which is agriculture. The college became a university and pioneered work across a whole range of disciplines. It spread from Palmerston North to Wellington to Albany, welcomed students from around the world, defined distance and tech-enabled learning, went global. In all of this, it's really easy to discern what is the essential quality that makes Massey what it is. It's to be first, it's to drive change, it's to have an impact. I was privileged to be able to contribute to that tradition again when I returned as Vice-Chancellor in 2008 through to 2016. Now, as graduates of the College of Humanities, Creative Arts and Social Sciences, I hope you are ready to contribute to building Aotearoa's future. In essence, a humanities or creative arts degree is concerned with how we define ourselves as people. In essence, a social science degree is concerned with how we organise ourselves as a society. You are graduating at a time of extraordinary turmoil. Climate change, conflict, inequality, inflation, threats to democracy, Elon Musk. These are not just times of turmoil. They can seem pretty daunting. They can seem threatening. It is, therefore, our job to help people understand what is going on and to find answers. We might start by pointing out that over the last century, around the world, extraordinary advances have been made in almost every area of life. These advances have come from a number of reasons, but they always include the work of universities. COVID may have knocked back some of those advances, and it may have made problems worse, but the trend over time is clearly one of progress. We should therefore never lose sight of our ability to build a better future. As a nation right now, we are rethinking who we are and who we want to be. If the last century was framed largely by the experiences and aspirations of settlers whose origins lie in Britain and Europe, this century will be framed by Te Tiriti, by our multicultural population, our location in the Pacific, and our role as a small democratic nation. Equally, we're rethinking how we organise ourselves. How do we build a fair, sustainable, prosperous future that everybody has a stake in? How will our democracy function given such a diverse nation? What will the world of work look like? These are issues and questions for humanities, creative arts and social sciences you to engage with. The knowledge and skill you have gained here at Massey are needed more now than ever. I believe Aotearoa New Zealand can show the world there is a better future to aspire to. You can make that happen. You can be first. You can drive change. You can make an impact. Well, today is a day for reflection on your achievements and celebration with family and friends. Tomorrow is a time to start working on your future. I may see you in the public service, which is where I spend my time now. I hope you find something personally satisfying into which you can pour all that you have learned. The American writer Mark Twain said there are two important dates in our lives: The first is the day you were born, and the second is the day you find out why. I hope you discover your why, because your greatest satisfaction will come from those moments when you know you are serving a purpose more important than yourself. Can I close by again congratulating the graduates and their families? It's been a privilege and is a privilege to be among you. Thank you to the Council of Massey University, the VC, the senior leadership team, the staff of the Colleges of Humanities, Creative Arts and Social Sciences for this honour. I hope I am able to speak for all of those who are graduating here today when I say we will seek to make you proud. Nō reira, ki pai, te haere, go well.
Thank you, Dr. Mahari, for those inspirational words. Class of 2022, there's some beautiful words of wisdom in there, and to you, Dr. Mahari, congratulations and thank you once more on behalf of our university. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give Dr. Mahari another round of applause? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed with, continue with the conferment of degrees and the awarding of university diplomas and certificates.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Graduate Diploma in Arts the candidates I am about to name. Ursula Maria Belk. Anthony James Bykirk. Chinimal Jose. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Postgraduate Diploma in Arts the candidates I am about to name. Sarah Renee Barnes, with distinction. Nagin Nematolahi. Matthew Ben Young. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Postgraduate Diploma in Planning the candidate I am about to name, Ryan Carl Gaffney. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation and the degree of Master of Applied Linguistics the graduate I am about to name, Shona Grace Veltman, with distinction. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation and the degree of Master of Arts the graduates I am about to name, Kelly Melissa Hall, with distinction. Courtney Marie Ngatatuli, with distinction. Laura Margaret O'Sullivan. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation and the degree of Master of International Development the graduates I am about to name. Rachel Joseph. Paritiba Abesingha Wijayasingha Arachige. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation and the degree of Master of International Security the graduates I am about to name. Robert Anthony Groom. Alistair Patali Lavini. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation and the degree of Master of Resource and Environmental Planning the graduate I am about to name. Kirsten Jane Sanson, First Class Honours. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation and the degree of Master of Sustainable Development Goals the graduate I am about to name, Carolyn Ann Savage. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation and the degree of Postgraduate Diploma in Psychological Practice the graduate I am about to name, Emily Louise West. Chancellor, the degrees are also conferred and the diplomas are also awarded to those who are in absentia. Thank you, Chancellor.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It is now my great pleasure to invite Lucy Sanson to make the valedictory address on behalf of the students. Lucy began her journey at Massey almost 5 years ago to follow her dream of bringing communities together to positively impact the environment. Over the course of her degree, Lucy took on every opportunity to get involved in student clubs, extracurriculars, and volunteering for both the university and community groups. Through these experiences, Lucy built lasting connections, broadened her horizons, and discovered her passions for sustainability and freshwater management. She is now based in Christchurch, working on nationally significant sustainable electricity projects, as well as improving the health and resilience of waterways. Please join me in giving a very warm welcome to Lucy Sanson.
Tēnā koutou katoa. Kia tātou e tau nei. Kia ora. Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Ko te atua o taihu te maunga, ko o tākou te awa, ko o tākou te marae, ko taki temu te waka, ko nai tahu, ko nā te apa ki te rātou, ko nā te kuia, ko rangatane o wairo, nā iwi. Ko Lucy Sanson toka ingoa. Good afternoon. My name is Lucy Sanson, and I am grateful and honoured to congratulate you on behalf of Massey University, Class of 2021. Thank you, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, and distinguished Massey guests. Thank you for all you contribute to Massey University, and for being here today as the Class of 2021 receive their qualifications. I would like to acknowledge the people of Manawatū, rangatane iwi, hapu, and whānau. There is nothing better than academic validation, except maybe spending time with friends, family, loved ones. And for that, I would also like to acknowledge the friends and whānau here today. It takes a village to raise a child, or at least in my case it did. Thanks, Mum and Dad. As every graduate walks across the stage, one foot in front of the other, we bring with us the people who have kept us grounded. Whether or not they're still here today, they will always be a part of our journey. A class of creative artists, designers, planners, social scientists, or in other words, future leaders, advocates, trailblazers, movers and shakers. Students who have had a university experience like no other. And no, I don't mean all of the couch burnings on Ada Street or the fights outside the Daily. For what has felt like years, we've been stuck inside, watching Netflix shows instead of our lectures. There is one Māori whakatauki proverb that I believe sums up our experiences. Whaia te eti kahirangi. Ki te tohu koe, me he maunga teitei. Seek the treasure that you value most dearly. And if you bow your head, let it be to a lofty mountain. This whakatauki speaks of perseverance and endurance, striving to accomplish your dreams, but it also recognises some challenges in our lives are outside of our control. It is all right if your journey here was straightforward. It is all right if it was winding, with some stalling and some assignments handed in at 11:59 p.m. We made it here today, and we made it through a global pandemic. Congratulations to each and every one of you today for facing these challenges head on, for chasing your dreams. So let's celebrate. I know we more than deserve it, because in the words of Lizzo, it's about damn time. Ngā mihi nui, no hoara mai. Thank you.
Ngā mihi, Lucy. Thank you very much for your address. Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed with the doctoral conferments.
Chancellor, a doctorate, either a PhD or a professional named doctorate, is the highest research degree awarded by the university. The successful completion of a doctorate represents a significant achievement through the submission of a sustained piece of research, expressed in the production of a written thesis of no more than 100,000 words, or a creative work of equivalent size and scope, or via a series of publications. Candidates are expected to make an original contribution to knowledge in a specific field of study. Candidates will typically spend 3 to 4 years of full-time research solving a problem or addressing a particular set of questions. An international panel of experts then examines the resulting body of work through both written and oral examination. Doctoral research is challenging and represents a huge commitment to advancing research and scholarship. We honour the achievements of our doctoral graduates by inviting them to come onto the stage, thereby formally welcoming them into the academic and scholarly community and acknowledging their entitlement to be called doctor. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Doctor of Clinical Psychology the graduates I am about to name. Edward Thomas Collier Barnard. Vulnerability to harm resulting from alcohol medication interactions increases during older adulthood. Mr. Barnard investigated the prevalence of concomitant alcohol and alcohol interactive medication used in a nationally representative sample of New Zealand older adults. Mr. Barnard's results indicate that approximately 2 in 5 New Zealanders aged 65 or older use alcohol and alcohol interactive medications concomitantly. Chancellor, Dr. Barnard. Addie Kelly Paparani. Ms Paparani explored the social practices associated with cyberbullying in Aotearoa, New Zealand. She found a wider culture of cyberbullying that challenges the idea it is an individualistic phenomenon. Her findings suggest that reconceptualising cyberbullying as a social practice will enable the development of more effective interventions to addressing cyberbullying culture. Chancellor, Dr. Paparani. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Doctor of Philosophy the graduates I'm about to name. Michelle Liza Green, Doctoral Scholar. The Cook Islands Secondary School's curriculum is a well-intentioned curriculum aimed at educating the whole student. Ms Green investigated the potential for physical education to empower young people. The results found that group activities and cultural games were fundamental to ensuring student engagement and enjoyment while fostering local values. Chancellor, Dr. Green. Catherine Jan Rivera Puddle, Doctoral Scholar. Participation in civil society is an important part of a healthy democracy. Ms Rivera Puddle explored how a group of young Anglican social justice activists were contributing to civil society in contemporary Aotearoa. Her results showed religious civic associations, such as the Anglican Church, still have an important role to play in enhancing participation in democratic processes. Chancellor, Dr. Rivera Puddle. Joanna Margaret Ross. The Just City concept is an evolving planning paradigm which focuses on the needs of the least advantaged. This thesis revisits existing conceptions of justice, extends conceptual understandings of what constitutes a just city through a focus on care ethics and kindness, and presents the Just City Plan Evaluation Approach, a heuristic framework to evaluate ethics invoked in planning discourse. Chancellor, Dr. Ross. Hayley Etta Squance. Investigating multiple stakeholder collaboration impacts in the human-animal interface during emergencies, Ms Squance found that not understanding human-animal environment interdependencies results in animal welfare emergency management becoming disconnected from emergency management. She proposes the adoption of Aotearoa One Welfare to support a transdisciplinary approach. Chancellor, Dr. Squance. Thank you, Chancellor. Would all our graduates please stand? He honore nui te whakatau atu I a koutou, hei raukura o te kuninga ki pūre huroa. It is my great honour to welcome you as alumni of Massey University. The award of a university degree carries many privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. I charge you as graduates of Massey University to use what you have learnt for your own betterment and for the benefit of your communities. I charge you to use the skills and knowledge you have acquired with rigour and integrity, and to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and discovery. I charge you to remember the lessons Massey University has taught you about the worth of others, particularly those who've not had the opportunities that you have had. I charge you to set goals and to continue the hard work that has brought you so far. And in all that you do, I charge you to be deserving of the good name of Massey University. Congratulations. You may now be seated. Thank you, Chancellor.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor. Kia ora mai tātou. Thank you, everybody, and congratulations again to our graduates. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, at the conclusion of this ceremony, would you please remain, guests, please remain in your seats until the processions have assembled on Broadway Avenue. Please then join with us in the procession to the square, where you can mix and mingle with your graduates, your staff, with our staff, family and friends who have all been a part of your graduates' journey. I therefore declare this congregation to be adjourned. Please be upstanding and join with us as we complete our celebrations and graduation with New Zealand's national anthem.
Kia piri, kia tato maira, ki tato
Thank you.